And this is the trailer for Doom, coming out May 21st, 2016, I think it said.
I think it's something like that, yeah.
Bethesda and its software game, so it's got a pretty good pedigree behind it.
Like I said to you beforehand, I had no idea that Bethesda owned id.
I'm pretty sure that
Skyrim and stuff.
They either own id or it's a case.
Oh my god! Hang on! Wait for it! It's Steroid Skeletor.
Steroid.
There we go.
I'm pretty sure
Look at all the blood and violence.
If anything, that's a skinnier Skeletor than the original.
Yeah,
Skeletor.
but I meant because of all the red and the vine and the. He's had so much like PCP. He's just like off his tits.
This is a very Mountain Dew commercial, isn't it? Like,
Extreme!
Yeah, this is for people with short attention spans.
I just love, right, okay, so talk about short attention spans. I love it. I'm so excited already.
Oh, no.
Look at the old school, kind of just scary, ridiculous levels of violence. Oh my god, it's a big glowing Minotaur demon. And then you just got pulled in half. So you could say the guy you're playing as is half a man.
I didn't get a chance to get a word
Sorry,
in
go
that
on.
fucking video.
You can talk now, Go on, you can talk now.
So,
what are you thinking about it?
I am really excited for this. Doom 2 was probably the game that got me into games. Because I grew up on the Sega Mega Drive, yeah, but it was like Doom that I thought was fucking awesome. And I've played Doom 3 and, it was good, I really liked it. It was a big leap from the original games themselves. It kind of looks like a nice in-between.
Yeah.
Now, it doesn't look like it has the same level of level design that the original two games had, but it's taken a step away from the third game, which is all very dark and very grey, very orange, and it's just gone full, like, huge contrast, huge saturation, and I fucking love it, because that was my main concern during E3 last year. Like, it was just so dull looking, and now they've ramped up the colours to something beautiful.
They've ramped up one colour, red.
They've ramped up a lot of red.
Everything's covered in red.
Everything's coloured in ragu.
There didn't seem to be a lot of actual guts, so the violence isn't actually that gory. It's just lots of big kind of Tarantino-esque gigantic blood sprays and blood splatters.
Yeah.
Very heavily stylised, and the monster design looks on point. Like, they've really updated it, and they've retaken what I imagine could be the original monster designs, and lovingly recrafted them, remade them, made them look better, made them look more graphically impressive, and made them look way more fun to blow into giant red chunks.
I do actually have some concern, though, because I really liked Doom 3. For all of its complaints of monster closets and just sort of trying to be horror in a non-horror genre, I don't care. I still quite like that. This, I don't know, I hope it's trying not to take itself seriously, because I am not getting that at all.
It's like a very Duke Nukem kind of forever
Well, that's the
sort
thing,
of
because
vibe.
I mentioned to you during the, because we watched it beforehand, like, it looks very Serious Sam, the new one. With all of the up-close, ridiculous melees of ripping out eyes and throwing them at people.
Yeah, it's like Kratos from God of War, just gone on a massive kill spree in a spacesuit.
But no, this looks absolutely incredible. I'm really looking forward to it. I don't usually buy AAA games. I'm going to shut whoever this is the fuck up now. But yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to this. And this trailer cements my desire to be within this game.
Well, it's very nice and short and brief, because the thing with Doom is you get what it says on the tin.
It's very surface level.
Yeah.
I'm not looking for a story. The story, as far as I'm concerned, is there is hell and Mars, maybe.
And Mars, maybe. It's kind of like Event Horizon, but good.
I like Event Horizon.
Shut up, I like Event Horizon. No, but it looks really big and grandiose. And you get like a chainsaw, and you can saw through people, and they're sort of split in half, and then
it is very much like a short attention span simulator.
It is very sort of like bombs, explosions, gore, blood. The only thing we didn't see is boobies.
Well, that's the thing, because I don't think you actually see, apart from the dead bodies, any other humans in Doom. I don't think unless you count zombie boobies. There might be some zombie boobs.
I count zombie boobies. That's just me. I don't know about you at home, but if it's once was flesh, be it dead or reanimated, I still count it as a. Sorry, no, this is getting a bit.
I'm getting angry with my phone.
I still count it as a fondle. That still goes on my list. But yeah, I'm loving it.
I missed half of that conversation. I was busy being upset.
That's fine. But yeah, I'm loving it. It looks like a right rip-roaring, exciting adventure.
Yeah, no, this is probably going to be a day one buy for me.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to that.
And now on to the next trailer. And now we see the trailer for Mirror's Edge 2, captured in-engine. So it's gotta be pretty.
Yeah, it's gotta look the same as the game, we hope. This one's like as far away from Doom as you can get, not only in the actual subject matter, but the way it's presented.
Well, I don't know, because it's all very, like, quick cuts.
No, but what I mean is Doom was very action, action, action. This is kind of like more, we've got a story, here's our story. It's stylistically different. It's kind of like, oh, look over here, this is the thing to think about now, rather than just shoot everything.
I like the visual style of sort of bright lights with vivid colours.
Yeah, I love the clean cut aspect of it.
You can tell he's a baddie, he's wearing black and he's old.
Yeah, old black baddie.
And they're called Krugersek.
And this is the prequel, I believe, yes, to the original?
I believe so, yes.
Yes, okay, cool. Okay, and now we get the showpiece of the game, the free running.
Yeah, which, I believe, a lot of people really enjoyed the free running.
I digged it. I fucking digged it, dude.
As I said to you before, I've not actually played the first game, it looked too much for my brain to handle.
Yeah, you were saying even in the trailer you're getting a bit motion sick.
Yeah, this is a lot of fast movement, like there's nowhere to really focus your eyes on.
I think that's the point. They did add, I knew about the first one, they added a rectangle to the middle of the screen, because without it, people were getting motion sick.
That's fair enough. She's got nice trainers.
Like I said, I just love the visual style of it, and how kind of, almost how zen it is. Like, it's for the music's very kind of ethereal and zen. And
that was just so generic bad guy. Stop her!
Oh, alright.
Quick, before she steals the government secrets.
Oh my god, he's got a dove, he's blatantly the bad guy.
I thought it was a pigeon.
Oh, it's a pigeon. Oh, it's a pigeon man.
It's Morgan Freeman.
Oh, it's a big black pigeon man. That's fine. So I just love, like, the particle effects and the way, like... The only thing I didn't like about the first one, which I hope they fix in this one...
Combat?
Was the combat. It couldn't tell you whether... It couldn't decide whether it wanted you to fight the enemies or run away from the enemies. I'm hoping they fix that in this one. That's the only thing I'm slightly concerned about. And also, a lot of people said they got lost on the original, so I was hoping they sorted out the pathfinding and the sort of direction and the way that...
as far as I'm aware, I don't see how that's possible, considering you just have to follow the red, the orange and the blue.
Yeah, but a lot of people still... I mean, even I got a bit sort of confused, because the speed at which you're moving at, you don't really get... It's very, very sort of Twitch gaming. Which you weren't really expecting. But I love just the way it's all like single... Like, I mean, first-person platforming has been the bane of our lives as gamers for a long, long time now, hasn't it? Look at Dying Light, that was dreadful. But with this, it just feels sleek, it feels sexy, it feels sublime. I mean, like, the motion on it, you can get a lovely sense of movement, like, always. And that's what you really want from a game like this. But something about the story and that kind of thing, I don't think it really kind of needs a story, in a way. Like... Obviously, it wouldn't work as a full release, but what you could
just
do...
going by what it has on here, it looks very simplistic in story. Like, there is an evil government regime, and you are looking for your sister, maybe.
Like the first one.
Like the first one.
Like the first one.
I mean, it's a prequel.
So it's got there's not a lot they can do story-wise anyway, so I'm kind of hoping that the focus that they haven't put into the story as much... goes into really refining the gameplay, so it just feels fantastic.
I'm honestly surprised this game is coming in at all, because from what I understand, the first one it did all right.
It had a lukewarm reception, didn't it?
That's like people were like, you know what? If this was refined, I would enjoy this. But in its state at the moment, no.
It's kind of a bit.
So it sold medium and it reviewed medium.
Yeah.
It wasn't a failure, but it wasn't exactly a success.
No.
But good on EA for bringing it back up, giving it another chance.
Yeah, exactly. Refining it, trying it again.
Not only that, but this is going to be, as far as I can tell, a single player game.
Yeah.
And I can't really see much option for DLC.
Yeah, so you kind of get around EA's business practices that way by...
Yeah.
Because you can't really have microtransactions, can you? We'll make you run fast for 10 minutes if you give us 10 quid. I'm just Nike, no, you get Air Max in it. If you pay 20 quid to EA, you get like a pair of Air Maxes that Faith wears so she can like run and jump everything. They don't do it. Yes, they do. They make me springy and jump higher.
And the gameplay pauses every 10 seconds just so she can show you the trainers. Go, ooh, so comfortable.
Like,
Link.
yeah, exactly. Like all the camera kind of spins round on top of these big grandiose kind of skyscrapers and things like that. And it zooms in on the trainers and it's just like, bing! Because Nike Air Max. And then Michael Jordan comes in and throws like a sick 3-pointer.
Right from the outfield with his baseball club.
Like from the bottom of the skyscraper up. And it's like, extreme! Oh, that'd be great. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. Like I say, it looks like one of those things that it's good for single player. And there's not a lot of that out at the moment. A lot of push now is to multiplayer focused games. And
has been for a while, but I think there's been a bit of a resurgence.
Yeah, I think the success of like certain games from last year that people didn't expect to go so well. I think now they're thinking, okay, brilliant, let's actually do some single player games now, which I'm looking forward to, that don't have online elements tacked on.
The ultimate question, Blake, did that trailer sell you?
I'm not sure. That's the thing, because I really like the first one.
Yeah.
And I got it super cheap. I got like 15 quid from where I used to work at Blockbusters.
Yeah.
And I played the hell out of it, and I really enjoyed it. Once I'd completed it, I even went back and did the time trials and stuff, which I've never done before, just because I love the movement and everything and how it all felt, and I just loved getting those perfect lines, and so I got a bit kind of obsessive compulsive over it, and I just loved getting that kind of perfect lines and everything, and thinking, oh brilliant, I'll shave like 3. I got really boring. I was like, I'll shave 3 seconds off my time. That's great. With this one, it kind of feels like it's just more of the same, and I'm kind of a bit more apprehensive to get back into it and try it again, because the story in the first one was very blink and you miss it.
Right.
There was no real boss fights, no enemies. But like I say, the combat in there wasn't really the focus of the piece. I
mean, from what I could see from the trailer, the combat didn't look to be a big part of it either.
But it was still.
It looked to be a case of press A button when you're close enough, and you're sorted.
Pre-animated takedown kind of thing.
Like what we had in Doom.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I like the kind of you come off the wall, you drop and kick them right in the fucking jaw. I love that.
They fall out of a window while crying about their wife.
Pull it when they're going, stop them! And the other guy goes, that's what I said! Somebody stop them!
If only we'd thought of that sooner.
No, but I'm taking a back seat. I'm kind of really apprehensive about this one to get back into it, and it's not on the game's fault at all. I mean, like I say, it looks really clean cut, and it's the sort of thing I look for, that kind of very clean visual style.
It's a beautiful looking game.
And like it's just going to be. I didn't see enough movement in the trailer. I didn't see enough kind of.
They were trying to push a story, which you admitted said that it wasn't really a big part of the first game. It was just kind of there
to be there
because it needed a story.
It needed a story to set it as a game rather than just a series of time trials that you could do.
Yeah.
But yeah, the thing about this one is they've tried to push that story again over the top of it, and I'm kind of thinking, well, maybe it's because people know what it is beforehand. Maybe people play the last one so they know what they're kind of getting into, whereas when the first one came out, it was kind of not a new concept, but it's a different kind of take on the concept they've had beforehand. But with this one, there wasn't enough movement, and there wasn't enough location. I didn't see enough kind of like...
sort of variation in the level.
Variation in the level designs, or kind of just the scale of the level.
I suppose you wouldn't really see much of a difference in level design when you are literally covering a few square blocks of one city.
Yeah, but what I mean is, like, at least the last one had, like, a rooftop running section at the beginning to give you scale and like the beautiful jumps and things like that. I imagine that'll be in here as well, but it doesn't feel like in the trailer, just taking it as the trailer, it kind of got that across.
I'll put the way it sold me in this way. I'm now at least interested in giving the first game a go, simply so that I can have a perspective on what's changed when it comes to the second game, because it looks quite good, the trailer for the second game. I'll say that. I want to give it a go. But I want to try it. I want to try before I buy, basically. I'd rather get my bearings on this one, see how it feels, because looking at the trailer, I don't know if it's something I'll be comfortable with.
No.
It looks like something I'd want to play, but it doesn't look like something that I think I could play.
Yeah.
So, I suppose we come to the end of the...
Well, I was just going to say quickly before we
before you move on.
The sort of the length of it as well you've got to consider, because the last one was very, very, very short.
You say it could be completed in a couple of hours.
Yeah,
I swear there was someone who had like completed all of the game in like 20 minutes or something stupid.
It probably could be done.
Just by like glitching their way through an entire level in a few seconds.
Yeah.
Or something
well, I mean,
stupid.
not particularly through glitching, but I mean, you can do it in 2 hours if you've got the movement down. It's about keeping as much speed as possible. Yeah. And don't get me wrong, it's a feat to be accomplished, and it feels good. But if you're
speed, there's a pun there somewhere.
Nike Air Max. If you just drop 60 doubloons on the thing, you always last you a bit longer than that, right? I guess with the way that EA works and the DLC, it could actually come into benefit for this game. They could actually give you more kind of like more time trials and more levels to do.
By that thing, you'd expect it to be a fairly cheap game in comparison. So if they were to sell it sort of for 30 doubloons, we'll just say that now, for 30 doubloons, and with the promise of we're going to be adding to this, you can buy a season pass for another $30, and that'll get you, the rest of the content that we develop, or it'll be an extra like $5 for an hour level sort of thing.
But the argument is then, why is it not in the finished product in the first place?
Yeah. That's the thing, because I can see EA doing that.
I can see how they're
going. Well, I can see them selling it for 60 doubloons and then saying, "Oh, it's going to be more content in this 1 hour experience."
That's the problem now with EA games. I look at them and think, how are they slicing this one up? What are you getting that you're seeing? What's going to be coming later? How are they going to make more money off of this than they would have done by just releasing the fucking game in the first place as a whole game?
You know what's funny? What? I went into this thinking we're going to have nothing to say about Mirror's Edge, and we've gone for like 10 minutes longer than we did with Doom.
yeah. And, well, I guess now it comes down to what we think.
Yeah, so nothing else you want to talk about with that then?
No,
okay, so I think I made my opinion very clear very early on, but if I had to go either way, I'd certainly go for Doom. Not only because it is a series that I have past interest in, but I honestly expect a lot more out of a Bethesda game. Obviously, they have had a few publishing issues in the past. I mean, they did Evil Within, which was, again, received lukewarm.
Yeah, it was a very...
It's a fun game, but no. They also published by the same developers, id Software, Rage, which...
was famously... not... what's the word for when it wasn't received very well? I was going to say underrated, but that's the wrong word.
No, poorly received.
Well, it was very poorly received.
Well, I think the issue is that it just...
had nothing in it.
It was fairly boring, and honestly, it had quite a few graphical glitches from what I remember. There was screen tearing up the wazoo.
And it was like a one-note game. This is what you do all the way through the game. So there's no variety.
I'll say I'm excited, but I'm apprehensive. Simply because I think Bethesda, as a developer, can't fault them.
No, fantastic.
As a publisher... You know, they make some interesting business decisions, is all I'll say. And the games they can back their money behind don't always work out for them in a positive manner.
No.
Still, that doesn't mean I'm not interested at all in Mirror's Edge 2. I will certainly be checking it out, but I won't be paying for it. Blake, when you buy it, I'll borrow it from you. Okay. Blake, what's your opinion on the matter?
Well, I think I'm going to surprise you here. Because I'm just going to run through my reasons first of all. Doom, I've never played it.
Any of them?
Ever.
Oh,
never
wow.
Played any of them before.
That's a surprise.
Never played any of them before. But from the look of that trailer and comparing it just to Mirror's Edge, just in this kind of example, I'm going to have to say Doom as well.
Oh, really?
I'm going to have to say Doom as well, even though I was very, very, very hot about Mirror's Edge 1.
Yeah.
Very kind of pushed it. Just from that trailer alone, and sort of like the gap that we've had. Like, I don't know why... Do you know what I mean?
Well, I think I might have mentioned...
What you can do with it.
I think EA were just kind of like, I don't know if this sold well enough to get a sequel, but there are a lot of people asking for it. We'll wait until we've got nothing else to do.
It's a nice... I tell you what, that gets the Commendation Star of Honour, Well Done You award for, going, oh, they want it, so we'll make it. Thank you very much. But I think out of the two games, it's going to have to be Doom, mate. It just looks like so much more fun. It looks like a rip-roaring, exciting, bloody adventure through space, hell, and Mars, maybe.
Well, this has been another agreement.
Yeah, this is weird for us, isn't it?
Tune in a few weeks' time when that might not happen.
Yeah, we'll be bludgeoning each other to death with baguettes.
Thank you for joining us for another Trailer Blazers. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.